why accent matters, and why it's learnable. Let's clear one thing first. Accent is not talent, it's a skill. Many people think you're either born with a good accent or not. That's completely wrong. Accent is just a pattern of sounds, rhythm, and pronunciation. And anything that follows a pattern can be learned. Think about it logically. Every language has its own sound system. When you grow up speaking one language, your brain gets used to certain sounds and ignores others. That's why a new accent feels difficult. It's unfamiliar, not impossible. From a scientific perspective, your brain is highly adaptable. It can rewire itself through repetition and exposure. This is called neuroplasticity. The more you listen and practice a specific accent, the more your brain starts recognizing and reproducing those sound patterns. In this video, you'll learn exactly how to adapt any accent step by step, whether it's American, British, or any other. No confusion, no overcomplication, just practical methods that actually work. Choose one accent. Don't mix them. The first mistake most people make is trying to learn multiple accents at the same time. They watch American content, then British, then something else, and end up sounding inconsistent. That's because your brain needs clarity, not confusion. So the first step is simple. Pick one accent. Decide whether you want to sound American, British, or any other. Once you choose, stick to it. Your brain needs a single reference pattern to follow. Mixing accents slows down your progress and creates unnatural speech. Think about it like training your ear. If you constantly switch inputs, your brain cannot lock onto a specific rhythm or pronunciation style. But when you focus on one accent, your brain starts recognizing patterns faster, intonation, stress, vowel sounds, everything becomes clearer. So before doing anything else, make a decision. One accent, one direction. This clarity will make the entire learning process smoother and much more effective. Train your ear with deep listening. Before your mouth can produce an accent, your ears need to recognize it. Most people jump straight into speaking, but without proper listening, their pronunciation stays off. So the real starting point is deep listening. Don't just hear English, analyze it. Pay attention to how native speakers stress words, where they pause, how their voice rises and falls. Accent is not just about words, it's about rhythm and music of speech. Start with short clips, movies, interviews, podcasts. Listen to the same sentence multiple times. Try to notice the exact sound, not just the meaning. This trains your brain to detect subtle differences in pronunciation that you usually ignore. Over time, your ear becomes sharper. And once your brain clearly understands the sound pattern, copying it becomes much easier. Because you can only reproduce what you can clearly hear. Master the sounds, phonetics basics. Now let's get into the real mechanics, sounds. Every accent is built on specific sound patterns, especially vowel and consonant sounds. If you don't learn these, your accent will always feel off, no matter how much you practice speaking. Here's the logic. English has sounds that may not exist in your native language. That's why your brain replaces them with familiar sounds, and your accent becomes noticeable. To fix this, you need to consciously train your mouth to produce new sounds. Focus on common problem areas, like th sounds. Think, this, r, and w differences, and vowel variations like ship, vs, sheep. These small changes make a huge difference in how natural your accent sounds. Use tools like pronunciation videos or phonetic guides. Practice slowly, exaggerate the sounds at first, and then normalize them. This step is technical, but it's the foundation. Once your sounds are correct, everything else becomes easier. Step 4. Use the shadowing technique. Now comes one of the most powerful methods, shadowing. This is where real transformation starts. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and repeating what they say immediately, almost like you're their shadow. Here's why it works. Instead of thinking about grammar or translation, you directly copy sound, rhythm, and pronunciation. Your brain and mouth start syncing with real speech patterns. This builds fluency and accent at the same time. Start with short sentences. Play a clip, pause, and repeat. Then move to real-time shadowing. Repeat while the speaker is talking. Focus on matching their tone, speed, and emotion, not just the words. At first, it will feel difficult, but that's exactly how growth happens. Do this daily, even for 10 to 15 minutes. Over time, your speech will start sounding more natural without conscious effort. Because you're not just learning English, you're copying how it's actually spoken. Focus on intonation and rhythm. Most people think accent is about pronunciation only, but that's incomplete. The real difference between a natural accent and a robotic one is intonation and rhythm. How your voice goes up and down, where you stress words, and how fast or slow you speak. Think about it, native speakers don't speak word by word. They speak in chunks, with a natural flow. Some words are stressed, others are reduced. This creates a rhythm that makes speech sound smooth and effortless. From a practical angle, even if your pronunciation is correct, wrong rhythm can still make you sound unnatural. That's why you need to focus on how sentences feel, not just how they are said. So while practicing, pay attention to the music of the sentence. Copy the rise and fall, the speed, the pauses. Once you master this, your accent will sound much more authentic. Record yourself and analyze. This is where most people improve fast, or stay stuck. If you're not checking your own speech, you won't know what's wrong. So you need feedback, and the easiest way is to record yourself. Speak a sentence, record it, and compare it with a native speaker. Listen carefully. Are your sounds the same? Is your rhythm matching? Are you stressing the right words? This comparison reveals gaps that you usually don't notice while speaking. From a practical perspective, this builds self-awareness. You stop guessing and start improving with precision. Instead of randomly practicing, you fix specific mistakes step by step. It may feel uncomfortable to hear your own voice at first, but that's part of the process. The more you analyze, the faster you improve. Because improvement comes from correction, not repetition alone. Practice daily in real situations. Now it's time to bring everything into real usage. Learning accent is not just about practice sessions, it's about daily application. If you only practice for a few minutes and then switch back to your old speaking style, progress will be slow. Start using your chosen accent in daily situations. Talk to yourself, think in English, describe things around you, or even speak while doing routine tasks. The goal is to make the accent your default, not something you switch on and off. From a practical standpoint, consistency in real usage builds confidence. The more you use it naturally, the less effort it requires. It stops feeling like practice and starts feeling like your normal way of speaking. So don't limit yourself to practice time. Turn your entire day into practice. Because the more you live the accent, the faster you master it. Be patient and avoid perfection trap. Here's the reality: accent improvement takes time. You're literally retraining your brain and your mouth. So expecting perfection in a few days is unrealistic. And this is where most people quit. They expect fast results and get frustrated. Avoid the perfection trap. Your goal is not to sound 100% native, it's to sound clear, confident, and natural. Even many fluent speakers have slight accents, and that's completely normal. What matters is intelligibility, not imitation. From a psychological perspective, progress happens gradually. You may not notice daily improvement, but over weeks, the change becomes obvious. That's why consistency matters more than intensity. Small daily improvements beat short bursts of effort. So stay patient. Focus on progress, not perfection. Because the people who master accents are not the most talented, they're the most consistent. Accent is a skill, not an identity. At this point, you should understand one core idea: your accent is not fixed. It's not your identity, it's a trainable skill. With the right methods, listening, shadowing, practicing sounds, and consistency, you can adapt to any accent you choose. You don't need to copy someone perfectly. You just need to sound clear, natural, and confident. That alone puts you ahead of most people. Because communication is not about sounding impressive, it's about being understood. Remember this: most people stay stuck because they overthink and don't practice enough. But if you follow these steps daily, your accent will improve automatically over time. No shortcuts, just smart effort. So start today. Choose your accent, train your ear, practice consistently, and trust the process. Because once you control your accent, you don't just speak English, you command it.